Jeon Jungkook, born in the underworld of Korea, raised in the echoes of whispered secret, learned the ruthless art of power, authority, and loyalty. Cold and calculating, Jeon is a notorious mafia who is known for leaving a single joker card at the scene of his most heinous crimes as a chilling reminder of his presence and as a warning to those who dare to defy him. His affection for his loved ones is unshakable, yet betrayal is greeted with swift and awful consequences. In Seoul, he stepped into the dimly lit room, the flickering light casting his airy shadow on the walls. The air was thick with tension, an inescapable feeling of betrayal swirling around him like a venomous miasma, making him wish to bury the reason for this 6 feet under the ground, which he was about to do, but not before the person begs for it. The once lavish mansion, which had once been adorned with exquisite furnishings and pricey tapestries, now displayed the marks of betrayal and its deadly outcomes. The broken glass glistening on the floor like falling stars, and the stench of was a testament of the violence that had taken place inside the walls. His cold eyes surveyed the ruins, yet his sharp senses were still filled with the bitterness of betrayal. A low sadistic chuckle escaped his throat as he spotted the lifeless bodies of his most trusted men, scattered across the room like discarded puppets. The horrified and shocked expressions on their soulless faces told a tale of his true side. You treated loyalty as a currency. Got a better deal? Kept the loyalty. Your time has come to an end, dear cousin. He knelt in front of his terrified, profusely cousin Leo, who was on the verge of leaving this world for good, and spoke in his dangerously calm yet menacing tone. No, brother, let out a suffocated breath. Forgive me for once, please. JK just laughed like he was watching a comedy scene and shook his head in denial, increasing Leo's panic. I'm your family, for God's sake, cried out. Gripped Leo's hair tightly, making him scream. The girls you were have families too. How many times have told you to not to involve innocence in our world? We deal with diamonds, not with cheap stuff like this. Banged his head on the floor, making him scream and go numb. Lifting his hand, Jungkook signaled something to his guards. The guard came forward with a bottle of water and spilled it all over Leo's face to wake him up. In a matter of seconds, Leo regained his consciousness and started coughing, along with a vomit off. With bored look on his face, Jungkook loaded the and pointed at Leo's head. No, don't, please, I beg you. Struggled to move but failed miserably. Any last wish, brother? Still aiming. Don't, trembling, chuckled. I should grant you a last wish. You are from my family after all. Leo panicked even more as he knew the hidden meaning behind his words. After all, he used to work as his right hand. Ordered the guard. Bring my friend. A few seconds later, his guards came in holding a box and placed it on the floor next to Jungkook. He opened the box and a black snake hissed its way out. Jungkook smiled like a normal person does upon seeing their loved ones and lifted up the enormous-sized snake. He gave the snake a head pat and spoke in the most friendly tone. Living in the box must be boring for you, talking to the snake. Don't worry, I'll let you play with my favorite brother. Glanced at Leo and grinned. No, I hate snakes. Me instead. Tried thinking about the excruciating slow this snake's bite would bring him. Don't hate your own kind. And as per your first wish, I'm not going to you. If I grant your second wish, everyone will think I am favoring my brother. I have a reputation to maintain. Jungkook scolded Leo softly as if he is just giving him a life lesson, when in reality this lesson would cost him his life. Jungkook set the snake down on the floor, who made his way towards Leo's shivering body with a menacing hiss. Leo was unable to move due to his extensive injuries. He screamed so loudly that the walls of this ruined mansion shook as the snake wrapped itself around his thigh and moved up his body. With his hands cubed around his face, Jungkook quietly observed the event unfold. The snake finally returned back to Jungkook after finishing its task. Taking his small companion in his hands, Jungkook got up and set off, leaving Leo behind, whose body was filled with a deadly venom. He was having fits and seizures, and white froth was coming out of his mouth. He fought for hours, but in the end he lost the battle and left this world for good, leaving behind a lesson for others to never betray you. Next day at the crime scene, among the lifeless bodies, a Joker card was found laying on the top of Leo's body, letting everyone know the proud owner of this brutal art. In the meeting room. Everyone got it? Or should I repeat? Everyone gulped in dread as he spoke nonchalantly, while twirling around in his fingers like a weightless toy. He smirked in satisfaction when everyone in the meeting room responded positively, but it did not last long as his gaze fell on his friend, who seemed lost. Who is more important than Minho? Minho, his childhood best friend, snapped his head in Jungkook's direction and gave him a puzzled look, indicating that he was not paying attention. With a grating sneer, Jungkook called up the meeting. What is it? Asked in a frustrated tone. Nothing, bro. Just tired. Sighs. You already know how much I dislike when people F around. So tell me before I lose my patience. But before Minho could open his mouth, let him be, Jungkook. You won't understand him, chuckled mockingly. And why is that? Getting annoyed. Nothing. It's about his lover. Pressed his lips to control his mouth. You will be okay. Just keep your hormones under control. Upon hearing Jungkook's bold remarks, Jimin laughed out loud, while Minho just looked to the side, not caring about his friend's mockery. What's the problem? Did she cheat on you? Interestingly spoke. She's getting married, laughed. Congrats. Seriously stated. Getting married to someone else, laughed and fell from the chair. Oh, you'll find someone better, said in a boring manner. I don't want better. Gulps. Just get over it, bro. There are tons of fish in the sea. But I want her only. Shook his head stubbornly. Then why didn't you fight for her? Or why didn't she fight for you? This is the reason with you lovers. You can be hooked to each other for time pass, but when it's time to show the real action, you guys chicken out and blame it to the destiny. Finally burst out in frustration after getting fed up by Minho's behavior. Our families are against our relation. Her father is a police officer who is powerful enough to erase my existence and cruel enough to end his own daughter in the name of reputation. Tell me, what would you have done if you were in my shoes? Fiercely responded. Take it as a challenge and face it like a man. Answered without any hesitation. You can say it, Jungkook, you are a powerful mafia. And you are my friend. No one is powerful enough to harm you except me. These things only feels good to listen. They are not practical. And that's it. Jungkook took it as a challenge. Okay then, keep weeping like my coward friend. Saying this, he rose up from his seat and left the meeting room, leaving a tense Minho and perplexed Jimin behind. Entering his office, Jungkook ordered his secretary, Mark, I want each and every information about Minho's lover within 1 hour. Tone exuded power and coolness. Yes, sir. Immediately bowed and went out to complete his task. In Busan. Please don't sacrifice me. Please, I'm begging you. She joined her hands together and begged the elderly woman in front of her while crying uncontrollably. That young beauty was none other than Shin Wayan. He already made up his mind, Wayan. There is nothing I can do. Please don't be like this. It's hurting me, dear. Held Wayan's hand and cast her a pitying look. Then why aren't you helping me? Please talk to Dad once. I don't want to marry that playboy. Sobs. Please. Choked on her tears but did not stop crying. Your dad took the decision for your own betterment, honey. Alex will keep you happy. Although having a doubt in her own heart, she tried to console her. I love someone else, aunt. Hiccuped due to crying too much. Wiped Wayan's tears. Please, honey, try to understand. Your dad will end you both. Her own body shivered at the thought. And if I marry that, I'll end myself for sure. With those words, Wayan got up from her place, hurried to her room and locked herself in. Please, God, save me. If not me, no, then someone else to save me from this fate. Cried while praying desperately.